our last video, we discussed about metals and non-metals of some portion. So, in this video, we will continue that lesson again. So, before saying this metals and non-metals, that remaining part, once I want to remain that previous one very shortly. So, in our last lesson, we discussed about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. So, by observing the physical status of the things, we can say which is metal and which is non-metal. So, based on that lustrous, we discussed some topics. Those are malleability, ductility, lustrous, sonorous. So, for example, metals they shows sonorous, and non-metals they does not show the sonorous nature, and some exceptions also there. For example, metals it is having malleability nature, and non-metals they does not have malleability nature. It will break easily. Malleability means beaten into sheets. Those we discussed. Based on that physical properties, we identified metals and non-metals. So you just open your textbook and they given some tabular forms in that textbook. So those are table 1 to table 6 they gave in your textbook. So try to answer those. Means they given some options in that table. So metals they given some names, metal names and non-metal names, and they gave lustrous and sonorous. So which one shows sonorous, which one does not show lustrous, those they given in the tabular form. So you just identify and try to answer with a pencil in the textbook only. Now in this video we will discuss about chemical properties. Actually this lesson we can make into two parts, that is physical properties and chemical properties. In last video we discussed about physical properties. So in this video we will discuss about chemical properties. Based on these chemical properties, how can we derive metals and non-metals, that we discussed. Now see the chemical properties. So based on this chemical properties also we can derive which is metal and which is non-metal. So here in your textbook they gave some chemical properties. You just open and see our textbook. Those chemical, what are that contents they given as per chemical properties. And again I said in my last video also, before seeing this lesson you should know the periodic table, the elements up to 30. So must and should you have to read up to 30 elements from periodic table. That also I said. And before started this chemical properties, you have to know which you learn in 7th class. What is that? If red litmus color, if the red litmus paper color, change from red to blue, then what is the substance it is having nature? Basic nature. If the substance, if you keep red litmus in any substance, if it is changed into blue color, then the substance is having basic nature. Now take another substance. If you keep blue litmus, if it is turns into red color, then it is acidic nature, the substance is. So the red litmus color change from red litmus color change to blue, then it is basic nature. If the blue litmus color change to red color, then it is acidic nature. Remind, keep in your mind this one. Before now we will see chemical properties. The first chemical property is reaction with oxygen. So if the metals reacted with oxygen, what happened? If the non-metals reacted with oxygen, what happened? That we will see. So first, metals reaction with oxygen. So when metals reacts with oxygen, it gives metal oxides. So they will ask you this question: what happened when metals reacts with oxygen? What happened? Which product it will give? Metal oxides. When metals reacts with oxygen, it gives metal oxides. So I wrote here that reaction also. Metal plus oxygen. What it gives? Metal oxides. Example, if you see in your textbook they gave magnesium. So when magnesium reacted with the oxygen, what it will give? Magnesium oxide. See here, metal oxide. What is that metal? Here I took magnesium. What is that remaining? Oxide. Magnesium oxide. So when magnesium reacts with oxygen, it gives magnesium oxide. One more example also I said here, potassium is also one of the metals. So potassium, when it is reacts with oxygen, it gives potassium oxide, metal oxide, potassium oxide, magnesium oxide. Metal, instead of metal we should take that metal name. Okay, magnesium oxide, potassium. Now you just answer this one. Sodium is a metal. So when the sodium react with oxygen, what product it gives? You just guess and answer it. And another example also I gave here, aluminium. When aluminium reacts with oxygen, it gives what is that product it gives? That also you try to answer. Once again I am saying, when magnesium reacts with oxygen, it gives magnesium oxide. When potassium reacts with oxygen, it gives potassium oxide. Like that, sodium and aluminium, these two are metals. When these two are metals react with oxygen, what products it will give? You just guess and try it at home. Now, these metal oxides, whatever it, magnesium oxide, potassium oxide, whatever products, those oxides, these are having basic nature. So what nature? These are having basic nature. So how can we say? How we can say these metal oxides are having basic nature? How can we tell these are having basic nature? You just take litmus paper, red color litmus paper, then it will change into blue color. So the red litmus paper, it will change into blue color. From this we can say it is having basic nature. Litmus paper color change from red to blue. Then we can say it is having basic nature. By litmus paper color change, we can identify which is basic nature and which is acidic nature. So we took red litmus paper, then immediately it will color change into blue color. Now maximum students are having doubt. So here you took red color litmus paper. But if I took blue color litmus paper at starting only, then what it gives? It will not show any changes. Blue color litmus paper should be in blue color only, because it is basic nature. So whatever litmus paper you took, red litmus paper or blue litmus paper, finally you will get blue color only. Then we can say it is basic nature substance. So metal oxides are having which nature? Basic nature. Now we see non-metals reaction with oxygen. When metals reaction with oxygen, what it gives? Metal oxides. So now we see, if non-metals reacts with oxygen, what happened? So when non-metals reacts with oxygen, it gives non-metal oxide. They will give metal oxide. These non-metals gives non-metal oxides. So non-metals plus oxygen, non-metal plus oxygen, it gives non-metal oxide. I gave here one example, that is sulfur. Sulfur is a non-metal. Sulfur, nitrogen, oxygen, all these are non-metals. So sulfur, when sulfur it is reacted with oxygen, it gives sulfur dioxide. See here I wrote a reaction here. Sulfur we can denote by S and oxygen we can denote by O. But I wrote here 2 because oxygen it is available in atmosphere in the form of O2, but sulfur it will be available in the form of S. Means only one sulfur will be available, but oxygen it is available in all cases. In all cases it will be available with 2 oxygens. For example, some persons they want to be alone, single, but some persons they want another friend also. If they want to go out, one friend is required for him. Like that, this oxygen is also always binding with another oxygen, so that it will be available in O2 form. But sulfur it always want to be alone, so that we are considering sulfur with single S, but oxygen we are denoted with O2. So when sulfur reacts with oxygen, it gives sulfur. What I wrote here? Di. Sulfur dioxide. Why I wrote how many oxygens are here? 2. 2 means di. Sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide. Okay. Now another example also I took here, carbon. Carbon plus oxygen. It gives carbon dioxide. Again I wrote here dioxide, carbon dioxide. See here carbon means it is also every time it will be also available in a single carbon. See, carbon plus oxygen always it want to be in the form of O2. So C plus O2. What it gives? CO2. CO2, carbon dioxide. So when sulfur reacts with oxygen, it gives sulfur dioxide. Carbon, when it is react with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide. See here, these are having acidic nature. What metal oxides are having? Metal oxides are having basic nature. But non-metal oxides are having acidic nature. So how can we say these are having acidic nature? By using litmus paper. Litmus paper, acidic nature. See, acidic nature. Blue color, blue litmus turns into red litmus. Then we can say acidic nature. So litmus paper color change from blue to red. Then we can say non-metal oxides are having acidic nature. If you take red litmus, if you take directly red litmus, even though it will be in red color only blue color will change into red color. Then we can say acidic nature. Now I want to say one information about see what is this nature? CO2 and SO2. These two are having which nature? Acidic nature. So this CO2, that's why this CO2 it is using in cool drinks. So cool drinks are having acidic nature. That's why when our food was not digested in our stomach, maximum if you take non-veg and undigested food, if that food is not digested, what immediately we will take some cool drinks like Bisleri sodas or thumbs up drink. We will take. Why we are taking those? For digestion purpose. Why those are getting digestion? Because those cool drinks are having acidic nature. Why those are having acidic nature? Because of CO2 gas. So this CO2 is having acidic nature. This is about non-metals reaction with oxygen. We will discuss about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Metals reaction with oxygen and non-metals reaction with oxygen. So just open once your textbook and you have to do those answers in the tables in your textbook up to table 1 to table 6 tabular forms are there. You just answer those tables with pencil and you have to read periodic table up to 30 elements. So in my next video we will continue this lesson. Thank you.